Welcome back to the Charlotte FC podcast. Nick Pinelli here. Today we're joined by Gary Dicker, the head coach of Crown Legacy FC, Charlotte FC's MLS Next Pro team, and only the second head coach in the club's history. Gary's story spans continents, from growing up in Ireland to playing in England and Scotland, and now building a new life in Charlotte with his family. Before taking over Crown Legacy, he spent time at Brighton and Hove Albion, both as a player who helped earn promotion to the Championship and later as a coach with the club's U21 in the Premier League too. In this conversation, Gary opens up about what shaped him as a player, the lessons he's carried into coaching, and the challenge of balancing player development with the hunger to win. We talk about leadership, learning to switch off, and how he's adjusting to a new culture and league in the United States. It's a thoughtful look at what it means to start something new, not just for a team, but for a coach and a family finding their footing in a new place. Let's do this. It's time for the Charlotte FC podcast. All right, Gary Dicker, welcome to Charlotte FC podcast.
First of all, obviously, I'm Irish, ex-player myself, had a good career. Then went into coaching, been coaching the last few years. Moved here in January with my wife and two daughters. That's nice and short and sweet. Anything else you need to know, I'm sure.
You loving the city?
Really enjoying being here. Lots are the same, but it's also really different.
Yeah.
The bits we've enjoyed a lot, I'm not going to lie, the weather's been brilliant. People have been really friendly. Saying that, everyone's been really helpful. Starting to fully settle in as a family. It's been a big move for them, more than me. I wouldn't have enjoyed moving school at their age. They're 9 and 13. So it's been a big move for them because they were really settled back home, back in Brighton. So for them to come across and give up a lot and start a new life here, thankful to them and to my wife, really, to be honest, to support me to come here. And they've been great.
Awesome.
Dealing with all the other stuff.
So, growing up in Ireland, playing in England and Scotland, right? What experience kind of shaped your identity as a player, and then also as a coach?
Shaped who I was as a player first. The type of team I needed to be in to be successul.
What was that?
I didn't have the best attributes. I wasn't the quickest. Wasn't the strongest. I had a brain, so more than 9 times out of 10, I performed better under better managers, which most people do. So that kind of shaped how I wanted the game to look, because I knew I had to look like that for me to survive, to have a career. I worked really hard. Wasn't given in, which most people aren't in this. It's really hard to stay in it. I know the percentage in England and Ireland to probably make it professionals 1% or lower. The Premier League 0.06 I think it is. So really happy with the career I had. I moved to England, played in the Irish League and then moved to England. Good career there with Brighton, Stockport, some clubs I played with. Then went to Scotland and finished my career up in Scotland. Worked under Gus Poyet, who really opened my eyes to coaching and understanding the game, and Steve Clark as well. He's a Scottish manager now. So two really successful players and managers, and then worked under some brilliant managers at Brighton, Potter, De Zerbi, Fabian Hurstler is there now, and then under the gaffer here, Dean Smith. So a lot of stuff shapes you in life. I think my parents, first of all, I think they shape your values and who you are and what outlook you have. So I've been lucky, but I've worked hard for it.
Yeah. Is there? I'm guessing, like you were saying, talking about being the type of player that wasn't like the quickest or the best on the ball or whatever scenario. Did that always kind of lend back to maybe, since you understand the game, how coaching might have been an easier route for you because you could see things that maybe other players who might have had more talent to see things? Do you feel like
I think that was one of my main skills. I think that's why I did do well. My brain, I had to use it an awful lot to, like I always say to the players, you've got to hide your weaknesses. Best players do it. Everyone has a weakness and super strengths, and I had to discover a way to not show the stuff I can't do, and make sure the stuff I do is better than that. So I was always interested in it. I started my coaching badges quite early. I loved training. Some players hate it. I enjoyed training. I enjoyed why we were doing stuff, why I was getting better, how it related to the game. So I really, really enjoyed that side of it. I'll watch any type of football. I've enjoyed coming here to try and learn the different leagues, the different levels. So I always had that in my head. And I love the game. And I know loads of people love it, but I do love it. I don't think I'd be in America if I didn't love it. I'd be back in Brighton, living in a comfortable life if I needed to. So no, I've worked hard at the coaching. I've done my hours. I've done my badges when I was playing. I've done my pro license, and it's not easy to do it when you're playing. A lot weight, and I try to get as much coaching hours in before I finish playing to try to be ahead of everything. And I had a plan.
Yeah. Was there a moment you decided, hey, I want to go into this?
I kind of knew it from a younger age. I loved playing, so I wasn't desperate to stop to start it, but I knew I needed to have the right process to be ready to go straight into it, because it's not easy. I think everyone thinks ex-players, I'm not sure about this country or more so in England or not, you get an easy ride, you're an ex-player. Yes, some of the top players do, but I work just as hard to get an opportunity as an ex-person. And yes, in any way of life, sometimes you might get a little bit of help, but I was fully prepared, and I was probably over-prepared and ready to go into the coaching, and then it's up to you to back it. So I was always in the back of my mind as I started hitting 30, I'm not going to lie,
Cool. Now, you've had 1 year on your belt here at Crown Legacy. How do you balance developing young players with also trying to win?
Really, it's always a way up. You need both. I ain't going to sit here and say you don't. I grew up and I wanted to win everything.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that in you, well, then you're going to struggle. And I always say I can help bring that out, but I can't really give you. You can add to it and you can motivate, but I think as a young player or anyone in any elite environment or professional environment, when sadly you're judged on performance, and as you get older, performance and results come more important. We've got a balanced boat of sometimes maybe not picking your best team, because you need to give somebody, or you want to play somebody, and you need to give them an opportunity, and it might suffer a bit, but you're always weighing it up. At my previous job, or in jobs I've been, if you're winning the league, you're probably doing something, you probably got too many older players, and you're not got enough younger players. The ones that are still there probably should have moved on, or they should be in the first team. We want to win, but I think obviously with development on that, yes, you want to win, but having a gauge of where you're at. I think people forget how young we are as a club, and me as well. You've got no divine right just to come in and think you're going to be in and be better than everybody straight away. First team have done really well. I read Chicago, it's the first time they've been in the playoffs. First team in a long time. Yes, everybody wants to be successful. Everyone wants to get there, but you got to remember where you're at and who else is trying to get there. So, been disappointing results-wise. Performances have probably deserved more. But that's a lesson young players got to learn as well. Sometimes you don't always get what you deserve, or you don't get it out, but that doesn't mean you don't stop doing the right things and trying to develop players. So I've tried to get the age of the team down. I still want to get it lower. I want this to be a real opportunity for young players, because the landscape's different here with the college system.
Changes a lot.
we don't have players for long in the second team before they either go to college or somewhere else. And then you have the uniqueness of an older college player coming back.
Right.
My dream is to have as many young players playing, and then we have so much evidence on them before they go to college that I want us to get to a place where they feel like they can get something out here, and it's not always the college route.
Right.
And I know it's difficult here.
Right, and to move up to that first team, I mean, that's really what you're feeding.
Yeah, and we've got to have a package in place that also covers education. I don't mean pick one or the other. The landscape, I said, and how things are done is different. But I want, at the moment, I feel college is here, and to stay here is sometimes here.
Yeah.
My job and our job as a club is to try to get that tighter. How that gets tighter is we get players into the first team.
Yeah.
And you can see it, because everyone's got to see it to believe it. As a young player. So we're trying to gauge that. We're a bit behind with clubs that have been up and running 10, 15 years. So I'm desperate to change that and try to get younger players in the team, and hopefully some local players, the ones that are here. I know Jack Neely's a local lad from here, and he's played a few games. So
you
for
have
me,
a few
that's
young
the
players
dream,
that are have first year
well.
contracts. So I mean, you have some of those
Yeah.
guys that are their trajectory is to go to that first team sooner.
Definitely, and then on the season, listen, if we win 3 games, you're in the playoffs.
Right.
Or you win an extra 2 penalty shootouts or 3 penalty shootouts out of 5 we've lost, and you win 2, yeah, you're getting the extra 3 points and 2 more wins. So there's not a lot in the teams. I think we last game of the season we beat New England.
Right.
They're 20 points ahead of us.
Right.
Are they better? Right now the league's telling me they are, but when you peel it back, you think yes, they're better at some things. They've come out games on top, so that's probably been the frustration. But we'll learn loads from it and we'll grow from it, and I think the younger ones having that experience this year will hold them in good stead next year.
And you talk about you like training. I mean, that's really where you're developing the players, is in training. They only have but so many matches and performances that they're actually showing what they've developed in training. So really, you're looking at that more than anything, right?
Definitely, we've had a lot of contact hours on the training pitch, and I'm not going to lie, I'd like some more games. I think the games programme is really important. I don't think 28 games and I think is it 4 playoff? Is it the max you can play 4 in the playoffs, 4 or 5 games?
Yeah, it's not that many.
I don't think it's enough. I think for young people and for opportunity, I think we should be hitting higher numbers of games, minimum 40 games a season, to give players the chance, obviously, to show it, and it limits the game time. So I would like to see if the league can increase the games for the younger players, but not the training pitch, definitely. And the game is the best teacher as well. But we've had some really good time in the grass, and the period now where we're not in the playoffs, we can really attack like some individual stuff. Today we've done a lot of individual work today, 3 different groups, so we can really go after something on the training pitch when you've got that much time.
Yeah. So beyond like the technical skills that you see in your players, like what is it that you look for to help them know that they're kind of ready to take that next level?
It's always difficult, and I don't know about you, but sometimes somebody just needs to see something in you.
Like believe in you?
Believe in you a little bit, or someone likes how you move one way, and my job is to try and prepare them and make sure they have enough to go there. But if Dean comes and tells me he likes somebody, and I know he's not got all that stuff, I'm not going to say, oh, don't take him, he's not there. Sometimes you can bypass it and you can learn it at a different date, or you can learn it. So we are the last step before it. So a lot of the stuff we do is important to get into them. And the game hasn't changed, to be honest. And I'll say it to the lads. You got to run, you got to tackle, you got to compete, you got to hang on, you got to be able to do all the basics, defend. and then all the other stuff we can get better. I think tactically we're getting there, understanding how we want to play. I've hoped they've enjoyed trying to have a lot more of the ball. There's games, yes, where we're gonna make mistakes, or there's a goal going to be conceded. I also want the balance of, yes, we need to kick it long, and let them feel that and understand in moments. And there's probably times where we've got caught in between, but that's learning for them. And I think trying to give them enough room to make them choices and to understand it. I think it's been really interesting for me as a coach to see it.
Nice. So kind of some personal things. So like on tough days, like how do you stay grounded? You talked about, having your family here and growing that, but, and kind of you all growing and learning what it's like to live in the States. But is there anything that you do to kind of keep yourself ready and, just having your way to make sure you're doing your best job?
Yeah, it's always difficult. I'm not going to sit here and say, the minute I always forget and switch off and I'm back to the next thing. It's difficult. There's nights where you get beat. Like I think it was 2-1 up against Chattanooga. 10 minutes to go and we lose 4-2. Yeah, I'm not sleeping that night. I want to, watching the game back twice, or moments in the game, you can have good 80 minutes and the last 10 minutes goes away from you. So, as a young coach, still getting better at that.
Yeah.
Knowing when to switch off, not to watch a game or not to watch training back, and enjoy being at home. In fairness, my wife and kids are good. Really good at me. The staff have been brilliant. Like, after that game, the gaffer comes down, or even the last game, comes down and gives me some advice, and him, Tommy, Bobby's, like, they've all been really helpful, and understanding what we're trying to do here, and not just worry about the results, because, as I said,
right,
it hurts when you don't win.
Yeah, and they're looking at different things too.
Exactly. So they bring a lot of the non-emotional stuff that you feel straight after the game as a coach. So, as I said, the gaffer comes to every game that's at home. They played New York and they get beat 2-0. He's at the game.
Yeah.
That night. So I hope the players feel that, because I feel it, and the support and how much he's invested in it. So that obviously shows he wants some young players in because he's got a keen interest. I'm sure he has a million other things to be doing. So the support from my wife and family, and also the people at the club, it's been brilliant. So I've learned from that, and it's good probably to have that, and their understanding is really important, because as those coaches, if you're not winning, it can easily get away from you and forget what the overall picture is, and that's making young people better and giving people a chance.
Nice. All right, we have a last part of our show we call stoppage time, so some quick answer questions.
Yes.
It's stoppage time!
What would be your walkout music?
Well, it's got to be an Irish song.
We'll play it on the podcast as we're leaving. What is it?
Well, I need to pick one that you all know. An Irish song.
Well, what do you wake up to? Like, what are things you're like, man, I got to get moving today? Boom.
Oh, more an upbeat song. I'll say the Irish Rover. It's a good song. Have a listen to it. It's called the Irish Rover.
Okay. Stadium you'd love to coach in?
Love to coach in. Probably Anfield. I'd say I've played there, so the atmosphere is probably the best I've been at. So I'd say Anfield. I'm a Liverpool fan.
Being a coach there, yeah, why not? Do you have a specific coaching match day ritual? Things you do specifically?
Not really. I think it feels like a long day for any staff or coach or player when you're waiting around. So I was never superstitious as a player. I didn't put one sock on before the other or stuff like that. Not really. I just try to get in and make sure my work's done.
Yeah.
And you're ready to go.
If you're not coaching, what would you be doing?
It's always a tough question. My interest was always going to be in something outdoor. I don't think I could sit at a desk. No offense, guys. Every day. I'd have been involved in.
Clear.
I'd have been involved in sport somehow. My dad and my brother have got a building business. I'm terrible at that, so I definitely wouldn't have done that. I tried to do that for a small period.
So punishment would be like you have to sit
Yeah,
inside, whereas everybody else, some other people's punishment, like you got to go
exactly.
outside.
Yeah, I'd probably listen. I'd have been involved in sport at some level, or a PE teacher or something like that. That's involved with being outside. Yeah.
Do you find starting a project or finishing one more gratifying?
I enjoy starting something. I think everyone's always in a rush to get to the finish line, so I'm excited and where my journey will bring me. I think my message to the players as well is like, I want it so bad for them because it's given me everything. I've met my wife and kids through what I've done. I've travelled the world because of it. I'm sitting in this seat because of the opportunity that this sport gave me. So the start of something's always great. Listen, whether someone's making a debut or someone's left to go to a different team, the journey's just starting. So I think the excitement of that, and you enjoy the finish more when the start of it and all the energy's there, definitely.
Awesome. All right, last question. What recharges you?
I like a nap, I'm not going to lie. To be fair, what I've enjoyed here is travelling around. I've been to Charleston, been to Asheville, I've stayed in them places, I've been about. So off the pitch, during the summer, been at the pool with the kids, stuff like that. It's been really good to be outside and enjoy the weather with my family. So switching off and recharging like that. I'm surprised you probably don't think I'm a drinker because I'm Irish, but I wouldn't say alcohol. I don't mind a party, but being around my family, and I'm going home for Christmas for the first time in 20 years to Ireland, so stuff like that, it really helps. I'm from a big family as well, so getting home and being about my family. I've been away a long time, so when I'm around them, I've had a lot of visitors here already. They're desperate to come to America, as the Irish are, and English. So been around my family and relaxing, because it can be quite intense when you're coaching and training all the time. So to switch off, I think it's been good.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks for listening to my conversation with Gary Dicker, head coach of Crown Legacy FC, sharing the mindset, lessons, and motivation behind his journey from Ireland to Charlotte. What stood out to me most in this conversation was how grounded Gary is. He's thoughtful about development, honest about the challenges of coaching young players, and driven to build something lasting, not just in results, but in opportunity. As he said, it's all about starting something new and doing it with the same love for the game that's taking him everywhere, from Brighton to the Queen City. You've been listening to the Charlotte FC podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, follow the show and share it with someone who loves the stories behind the sport. We are on X, Instagram, Blue Sky, and YouTube at CLTFC Podcast. Until next time, I'm Nick Finelli. Enjoy the day.